So I picked a bunch of squash this week, and I
Picked them all of them that were ready to go.
I took a picture. I dug through. I'm crawling on my belly, going through this stuff, going, this is so many. I can't believe it. So today when we went through, we're looking for watermelon. We're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I see what I think is a watermelon, and it wasn't. I'm here to show you. This is the biggest zucchini.
So she hands it to me, turns around, and sees another one.
Yeah, this is the biggest one, but the other one's just a tiny bit smaller.
Good evening.
Hello. All day long we're like, we need to make a video. We need to make a video. And here it is. Sun's down. Moon's coming up. We still need to make a video.
There's always plenty to do, isn't there? No, there's more than plenty.
Always. Are we back?
We're back. You were saying?
We worked today.
We did. Started early.
We
actually camped last night.
We did. We camped in our children's backyard, front yard.
They had a house full, but we went there to help them with some things, and in order to have that made me jittery. In order to have a place to sleep, we took our tent and sleep bags and air mattress.
Slept really well, by the way.
You know, we were concerned because our street seemed to be noisier than normal.
We were tired.
And we talked about that for a moment, and then we both went to sleep.
That's all I remember.
Like it didn't matter.
So I picked a bunch of squash this week, and I
picked them all of them that were ready to go.
I took a picture, and you all know IKEA, that it's
those big blue
blue bags from IKEA. We took a bag that bag.
How did you get that bag, by the way?
I went to IKEA.
You bought it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
99 cents.
You bought it. You didn't walk out with it.
Of course.
I'm proud of you.
Anyway,
they're big.
Full of patty pans and zucchini and spaghetti squash. So I picked them all. I dug through. I'm crawling on my belly, going through this stuff, going, this is so many. I can't believe it. So today when we went through, we're looking for watermelon. We're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I see what I think is a watermelon, and it wasn't. I'm here to show you. This is the biggest zucchini.
So she hands it to me, turns around, and sees another one.
Yeah, this is the biggest one, but the other one's just a tiny bit smaller. So I'm just going to grate it and freeze it and put it in the dehydrator, or dehydrate it, because we did that. We put the zucchini shredded in the dehydrator, and you pick it up and it's all like this lace. And it was good to eat.
It crumbles on down. Yeah. It's kind of
Then we
cool.
put it in our food saver zip, where it takes
all the air out of it.
Yeah. And then you can hydrate it later and use it in zucchini bread. And our daughter-in-law made really good chocolate.
We cheated.
We did. I had one piece.
Yeah.
And she didn't put very much sugar in it.
She did. You know, she's really tuning into that.
Eats super healthy. And so anyway, yeah, it was chocolate zucchini bread
with pieces of chocolate in it.
I said, are there chocolate chips in here? And she goes, there may be. There may be a few.
So a little bit of cheat, but hey, it was homemade.
It was.
It was
really good.
You know, the base was the right kind of stuff, so it wasn't a complete cheat.
So we got our car back today. We haven't had our car in 3 weeks, and it's been really hot. So the car we were using didn't have air conditioning.
Do you know there's a difference between a Honda Civic and a GMC Yukon 2500? Yeah. Big difference.
So we have the big Yukon, and we're going to sell our Yukon.
Yeah, you know, we bought it for some specific purposes, and that didn't materialize, and we liked it so much we've kept it, but
the gas mileage was really good on the Civic, like 44 miles to the gallon.
Kind of woke us up. I mean, we seldom use the Yukon for what it is. I mean, we just commute, but we have hauled a lot of stuff.
Yes, we have. And I would like to talk about one subject before we close, and that is several months ago when we were talking, I was holding up a Dave Ramsey book. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is,
look him up.
He helps you get out of debt with gazelle intensity. And we've taught classes before for him. We've been through the whole program before, and then we got back into debt again. So
life happens, doesn't it?
And so one of the things that we're doing to help age in place is to make sure that we get out of debt. And we sat down and did our budget again. And it's so cool because right now I want to take all the things that I would go buy and instead just throw it all to the bills.
Well, we've been chipping away at it. I mean, you know how it is when you have a homestead. There's
your
always
homestead
the surprise.
chips you away.
Yeah, but despite that, we've been able. Well, because of that, actually. I mean, it works two ways, doesn't it? At first there were a lot of expenses, but as we've progressed with it, those expenses have turned into food production.
They are, and I can cut my food bill way down now because of all the food that we've done. So
that's helping. So it's paying off. It's just
anyway,
there's an upfront cost.
We were very open before and said we were starting to pay it off, and we're doing really good. We're doing really, really well, and excited to just be able to go. Okay.
One of the principles that he uses is what he calls the debt snowball, and you take typically the smaller debt, and you pay it off quick.
Take that bill.
Then you roll that money into the next smaller one, and you keep doing that. Well, we've made enough progress that there's several, of the littler ones that have disappeared, and we've rolled them into the larger ones, and now we're seeing the larger ones disappear.
Yes.
So we're at the point it really feels good. A lot of confidence, and we're getting there.
About
with that
6 more months, maybe.
Unlike before, when we did the get out of debt thing, but there were some other circumstances that we didn't take care of that kind of knocked our feet out from under us, and we found ourselves back in debt. And so we're working hard to avoid those kinds of mistakes.
To be frugal, to watch our spending, and to just really take care of our money. And it's been really gratifying to do. You tired, boy?
I think I have stuff in my eyes even after bathing. We did a lot of dirty stuff.
Yeah, we were in a dirty shed. So, anyway. Well, sorry this wasn't as dynamic as normally. We waited too late.
Yeah.
I did want to show you the pumpkins. They're starting to turn orange.
Now we're excited about what's going on there, so we'll have more to show. I guess the real theme here is you're talking about the get out of debt is there are a lot of people who have been able to handle their finances and their that side of their life fairly well, and they get into older age with a good amount of money set aside, and they've got their house paid off, etc., etc. We happen to know that there are a lot of people for whom that doesn't happen, and for one reason or another. There's a lot of them. We've taught them in our classes, and it's shocking. I don't know percentage-wise where it sets, if it's above 50%, below 50% of the people, but we know there are a lot, and it's hard approaching the age where your ability to earn is decreasing, and to still be in a position to where you have debt, and it can really take the hope away. And so for a lot of people that's the case.
So we want to bring that hope.
And we firmly believe that the practices related and flowing from homesteading is one very strong way to do it. If you're producing your own food, you get healthier. You also have some opportunity. You're going to spend less on food if you're doing it smartly, and there's ways to do that. And that's
the dog just opened the door and walked into the house.
He got tired of being outside. Such a win. So. But anyway, that's that's an important thing. But what we're suggesting is you don't have to wait until you're totally paid off to start doing homesteading things. Wherever you are, whatever your circumstance is, you can grow some of your food. When we were young and in a small apartment with little kids, I was growing food in the windowsill using aquaponics.
Hydroponics.
Yeah, hydroponics. Sorry, aquaponics.
There were no fish in the house.
I didn't know about aquaponics yet.
And he had green beans growing up vines
we
in the kitchen.
had squash too there at once.
Yes,
we
you did.
produced some squash. I mean, it wasn't enough to feed us, but we were able to do it. So you can do something,
as
in whatever
Justin
your
Rhodes
circumstances
says,
are.
just plant.
And the examples of folks like Curtis Stone, who's doing the urban homestead, not urban. What does he call it?
Urban garden.
Urban garden, where he finds land that people aren't using, yards that people would like to do something with, and he plants there and grows. There's opportunity somewhere near you. There is somebody who has a piece of ground that they would love someone to garden. You share the produce with them and you have a place. So don't think you don't have an opportunity, you don't have a place. Go find a way to grow food. If you've got a great place to do it, what you waiting for? And it's time to get your fall garden in right now, that's for sure.
So get out of debt, eat right, exercise so you can go in somebody else's front yard and do their garden.
There you go. Hey, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Things are going great, and hopefully this week our life gets back in order and we can start producing some really good videos. We have some great ideas. It takes time, and we see that happening this week, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Subscribe,
Thanks for watching.
Like, share. Bye.
Bye.